and welcome to part 4 of the Moho-Ho Christmas crochet along stocking. So what I'm going to show you first of all is how we add on this lovely little border. Now I've done mine, I've joined mine together in a contrast colour, so I'm going to do that in the same contrast colour. If you are going in the same one, then you're just going for your main colour on that one. So let's get going and see what this border's all about. So it's going to be a 2-row border. We're going to do 1 row first of all, just of double crochets, just to give us a nice base, and then we're going to do the little picot border on top of that. So I've still got my little stitch markers in here from when I was marking where was the top, so I can take those out now. Don't need those anymore. 1 and 2 and 3. Lovely. And then we're going to join our yarn. If I can find an end, can't find an end, there's an end. Lovely. So it's not really going to be a very visible join, but I quite like to join in a dip, just because I think then you've got a few things to hide any other sins that might crop up. So we're going to do this first round with the right side facing us, and then when we do the final round with the picot border, we want that with wrong side facing us. So I'm just going to stick my hook in there. Join as you would normally. Lovely. And then I'm just going to do a double crochet, just a round of double crochets all the way around, 1 into each stitch. I'm not going to do any increases on the points here, on the peaks, because it will just, we've got our chains anyway, so as long as we go into the double crochet either side of the chain, it will be fine. So we're just going around here, just double crochet. I've just worked over my end there just to work that in. So we're just double crocheting all the way up. Get one in that chain space up there. Lovely. Coming back down here. Now depending on whether it looks a bit baggy or not, you can do a couple of decreases in the trough at the bottom if you want. I'm not going to do. I'm just going to fire around. So we'll just keep working down here. Lovely. So I've got to this bit, so I'm going to do 1 in there where I did my first stitch. I'm not going to do anything in there, and then I will do 1 over into that one over there. You can see, just sort of brings it all together. Lovely. So that was 1 done. So I'm going to go back up and around the second. It won't take you long at all, this. Let's keep going. Da, da, da. One in the chain there, and then back down this edge. Oop. Lovely. I've been really enjoying seeing all the photos of your colour combinations as well. Some beautiful stockings out there in the world. We should have a convention sometime and all get together wearing our stockings. It'd be an interesting fashion event, wouldn't it, that? Right, so I'm in that side there, back over into this one here. Ooh, lovely. And then up and over my third one. That's it, so I'm at the top there in my chain space. Lovely. And then back down this side here. Lovely. The reason we're doing this round first of all, just to give it a base, is so that we get these nice pointy bits on this edge. When you're working around, you'd get this finish if you were doing it in a contrast colour on the front, and I just wanted it to be a little bit more in keeping with the rest of it, so that's why we're doing this extra row, just to set up and establish its base. So I'll go in there, last one in there, and then I'm going to just slip stitch join across to here. Okay, so we've got our first round there. So we're now going to turn around, and we're going to work with the wrong side facing us. So I'll do a little 1 chain, and we're going to turn this over, and we're going to do an alternating picot with a slip stitch border, and you'll see it starts to come over this side. Now you want to be able to pull this quite tight, so if your tension's not particularly tight, maybe go down a hook size for now. So to do our picot in French, what we do is it's like a double crochet, but it's also not, so that's helpful, isn't it? So we've got our one chain. It's going to cancel our first slip stitch. So I go in my first stitch and I pull a loop through. So I've got 2 loops on my hook. Okay, I'm then going to do 3 chains just through this first one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, pull it nice and tight, then this loop isn't too baggy there. We're then going to, you need to kind of get used to sort of holding it, but remember when you were doing your beginner's crocheting, you have to keep hold of this working loop here, as we like to call it, your naughty toddler. So I'm going to hold on to that there, wrap around and pull through 2, and then give it a nice tight pull. So I should have a long sort of chainy bit here like that. I then go into the next stitch and I do a nice tight slip stitch. Oh, that's very tight there. And what happens is it folds that over and makes it into a little picot. So I've done my slip stitch, so then it's another picot. So it's in there. So make a loop, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Hold on to your working loop up there, wrap and pull through 2. Nice tight pull. In the next one, slip stitch, tight. And what we should start getting is this lovely little picot border. This is my favourite border, and I've put it on most things. So if you've done some of our projects before, you might be familiar with it. So in the next one, so that's got my second loop there. 1, 2, 3 chain. Hold on to that bit there. Pull through both. Nice tight pull. Slippy stitch, and we do that just all the way around. If you want to space them out more, you can always put a couple more slip stitches in, and this is the effect that we should be getting on the other side. So I'll do a few more and then I'll fast forward me to the end. So got my 2 loops, 1, 2, 3, hold on to it up there, round and through 2, give it a little tug there and slip stitch. Okay, beautiful. And as you can see, it's folding over this side, so it does have a right side and a wrong side on this border, so that's why we wanted it to be, so we need to be working around the wrong side of the row. Okay, so I'll just do one more. 1, 2, 3, through, tight and slip stitch. Okay, oh beautiful. Right, I'll carry on with this and I will see you at the end. Okay, so I'm coming up to my last few stitches. I've just done a slip stitch, so I'm going to do a picot and then a slip stitch, and then I should have another picot left in that last one down there. So let's have a look at that. 1, 2, 3, and through both, slip stitch, and last one. 1, 2, 3, and through both, and we'll just slip stitch right down there. Okay, so we then, where's my little skizzers? There they are, lovely. Snippy snippy, pulley through it. So all that's left to do now is to just finish off sewing our last 2 ends in. So we'll just double back on that one because I'd already worked over this one, remember, half of the way. So I'll just come back through there with this. Lovely. Snippy, and this last one you can just I'm just going to pick up under these doubles here, so we go along there, through, not too tight, over one and then back through there. Lovely. Oh, my tail's a bit long there, isn't it? Snip that off. So I've sewn all my other ends in, which if you know me you will appreciate is a minor miracle. So all that's left to do now is the braided twirly braid, twisted braid, oh who knows, twisted braid and a couple of pom-poms. So I'm going to have to go to a new location for that. So I will see you in the next instalment. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you soon. Bye bye.